Welcome to the Monday Monologue. And you're probably wondering, hey, here's a new box. Are we going to do an unboxing today? Nope, not doing an unboxing. I've already done a review on these speakers, and I'm going to put a link in the description to the video that I did on these, but I just bought another pair of these. And you're going, why in the world would you buy another pair of these speakers? Well, a friend of mine bought one of my 6SQ7 amps, and he was like, set me up with everything. Like, go ahead and set me up with one of your phono stages and, you know, some speakers that you think will work good with this. And he had a really small room, going to do kind of near field listening. And so I hooked him up with the pair of these R51Ms that I was using, along with the amp and a phono stage and, you know, some other gear to go along with it, and went over there and set it all up for him. So I didn't have speakers for my downstairs system. And Black Friday, Amazon's got a sale on these guys again. I think it's $189, which is a freaking steal on these speakers. So any of you guys that are dipping into especially these single-ended tube amps and you need some efficient speakers to see what this buzz is all about, these are a great pair to start with. And paired with a cheap powered sub, they're really good enough for almost any kind of listening. But for especially kind of background music or in your office or something like that, they're perfect. They sound great. They've got good frequency response. And for under $200, how can you go wrong? So I'm going to put a link in the description to the sale that are on these things, and I'm going to go over a few other things that I use in my builds that people ask about, and give you all some links to where you can go buy this stuff, the tools that I use. So as far as like cutting tools and stripping tools, I love these little Heiko flush cutting pliers I got. They're very reasonable priced. I've been using them for a couple of years now. They're still sharp. They cut flush, and a lot of these flush cutting pliers don't stay sharp. And people say, oh, you know, you need two different kinds of pliers. You need like the regular cutters and then the flush cutters when you want to cut flush. This is all I've been using for everything. Now, obviously, you want to make sure you're cutting copper and you don't try to cut steel with these, because that will destroy them. But as long as you're cutting this, especially the smaller gauge, 18 gauge and smaller copper wire, these should last forever. So these are awesome. And then little matching Heiko strippers that have a great little serrated plier here. They've also got a cutter if you want to snip something off that doesn't have to be flush, and you got these in your hand. It's like, oh, my strippers don't have a cutter on them. I got to go find my cutters. Well, you don't need to do that with these. And that may be why my little flush cutters have lasted so long, is when I am just cutting off lengths of wire, I usually use the cutters that are on these strippers. And so a great little pair of electronics tools, and Heiko stuff in general is just really high quality. That's the soldering station that I use, is also a Heiko one, and I'll put that in the description as well. Probably be a long description on this video, but anyway, if you don't have a meter, I've played around with different meters, and it's just worth buying a Fluke meter if you're going to be doing much of this kind of work. They come with really high quality leads, and the leads do make a difference. And whatever they use for the coatings on these are, you know, really good conductors. And so you get accurate readings without like wiggling them around, trying to, you know, make a good connection. They come with these little protective tips, so only the very tip's exposed. It's auto ranging. You can set it to beep. If you put it on the diode one, it's really good for testing the LED drop voltage, because it'll show you not only that which way the LED leads need to go, positive and negative, but then it'll show you how much voltage they drop on the scale, which is very useful when you're using them in the cathode of tube amplifiers. And the one I'm using is a 17B plus, and it's also good up to 1,000 volts. So perfectly safe to even use on the higher voltage tube amps where some of the cheaper meters only go up to maybe 600 volts or 450, and those, you can fry them on some of these amps we're building. So again, I'm going to put this down in the description. This is a really great meter. It also comes with little clip leads that screw onto here so that you can, clip onto the negative, and then you can use one hand to probe, or you can clip on both leads if you want to be super safe. Another tool that I really am just super happy with are these little screwdrivers that are made by Weha, and obviously there's cheaper ones out there on the market. And I also do camera repair, which is another one of my hobbies. And these things, they fit the slots perfect. The screws don't get stripped out. I've had these for years and the tips are still like new. So these are super high quality as well, and highly recommend if you're going to be doing stuff that you need precision screwdrivers, get a set of these. They're worth the money. Another little thing that I found super useful are these little heat shrink kits that you can get on Amazon. And it comes with pre-cut heat shrink tubing, so you don't have these big long pieces laying around. And for our tube amps, we're usually only doing like the little very end of wiring and stuff. And so these work perfect. They come in a bunch of different sizes, and it's just really handy to have on your desk to be able to just go, hey, there's my heat shrink tubing all in this little box, and you'd have to go fumbling around and looking for it or cutting it up and that kind of thing. So really nice option there for your heat shrink tubing. Another thing that's kind of unrelated to actual, tube amplifiers, but it's something we all deal with, and that's AA batteries. And for years, I was buying AA batteries and just throwing them away like crazy. And especially for things like camera flashes, or like when I'm making these videos, I'm using this Tascam audio recorder to record the audio that I use for my videos. And I'm using this little cowboy microphone, and I got, went ahead and got a pretty high quality lav mic, and this thing eats batteries. And so if I was buying AA batteries, then I'd be, going through just batteries after batteries after batteries. And I learned that these, I don't know how to pronounce this, Interlope Pros, they're made by Panasonic. These are super high quality rechargeable batteries. It comes with this nice recharger that will recharge 4 of them at a time, and it looks like you can also recharge AA batteries in here, or AAA batteries with the same charger, but I'm only using AA's, and these things will also make your camera flashes recycle like that. They've got really high power output, and they have a lot more juice than AA batteries do. So if you are into photography and you have a flash that uses AA batteries, these are the bomb. I mean, like I said, they'll make the flash recycle so fast, you'll be blown away. They charge fast. I've had these for about 4 years, something like that, maybe 5 years now, and they still work like new. And I've recharged these things hundreds of times. So these are a great investment. The other thing that's really good about these batteries is they don't self-discharge. So like when I'm done with a session and I pull the battery out of my voice recorder and put them in this charger and charge them up, I can just put them on the shelf, and 2 weeks later, still full charge. Where a lot of rechargeable batteries, if you don't recharge them right before you use them, the half the charge is gone by the time you want to go use them. And it's not good to just leave them plugged in all the time. So anyway, super high quality AA batteries. And I know that really doesn't have a whole lot to do with tube amps, but I know a lot of us do, use AA batteries a lot. And this is just one of those things where I'm trying to show y'all a few products that I've just really been impressed with. And I'm not going to tell you that something's like really nice if it's junk. So anyway, if you guys have seen any cool Black Friday stuff, put it in the description and share it with the other viewers. I mean, I know I haven't looked for a lot of stuff. Like I said, I saw this on a Black Friday sale, so I ordered another pair of these. And if you guys know stuff, let's share the info and let's scoop up the cool stuff during Black Friday. So anyway, hope you're enjoying this video. And if you are, please subscribe. Please like the video. Thanks all of y'all for your support over the last year and a half or so that I've been doing this channel. Hope y'all have a really nice Thanksgiving. And we'll see you next week for the Monday Monologue.